Hey guys, it's Chris from Fresh Guest Gaming, and I'm back, and I'm going to go over some updates here with Rust. As you can see, there was an update sent out on February 6th, so just a couple of days ago. Some of you may have noticed these changes in game, or some of you may have already read about these, but for those that haven't played it since the updates came out, and they just haven't kept up with their Rust news, here is an update of things that were changed. Now, I'm going to show these updates as they appear on the Rust website, playrust.com. I just find it more practical to show you here so that I'm not in the game looking for no zombies that are not going to be there. That's a spoiler alert. And as well as wildlife and resources have had some changes, as well as some other things as well. Okay, and I just don't think that doing that in game is the most practical way with the kind of changes that were made. So with that being said, let's get started. First, as you probably have already read, zombies were removed. Some of you may be asking, why were they removed? Well, let me tell you why. They were removed because zombies were a pain in the ass. Okay, as you can see here, basically if you read this here, they basically are saying that, they removed them now because they were going to anyways, but the longer they wait, the more complaints they're going to get. So, you know what, people were tired of dealing with them while also dealing with the environment, weather elements, finding food, fighting off wild animals, and the biggest pain in the ass, other players. Okay, so they decided that removing zombies was probably in the best interest, and as you can see here, we are no longer a zombie survival game. I say yes to that, some of you may say no. Okay, the reason why I say yes is because, like I said, you're worried about all these other things, and then you have 2 or 3 damn zombies chasing you around while you're trying to gather resources, while you're trying to, raid, a loot box or whatever, or you might be fighting with other players and you got these damn zombies to deal with, and they just were not fun. Alright, now as you can see, they've been replaced with red bears and wolves, which I guess are a harder animal to kill than the regular bears and wolves, so have fun with that, because the other ones were a pain in the ass also. So you know what, they are just a plug-in gap for now. All will be revealed later. Okay, so that will change, but for now there's red bears, red wolves. Come prepared to fight them, because they're not going to be easy like the other bears and wolves were somewhat. Okay, now the only downside to the zombies being removed was I got a lot of awesome resources and tools from those guys. Alright, I would go out and just kill zombies and find blueprints and find, building parts and tools and weapons and whatever. But that, that'll no longer be the case. So they're going to have to come up with a way to kind of compensate for the lost opportunity to gain resources. And I'm sure they'll come up with something. But for now, I say yes to no zombies. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I can take some criticism. Alright, so now the next thing here is wildlife was improved. Okay, now with the wildlife improvements, they no longer are exploitable by walking backwards. I guess is what you could do is walk backwards towards a bear or a wolf, and they wouldn't attack you, unless you were facing them. So that is no longer the case. So before you go try to do that trick again, think twice, because they will eat your ass. All right, now also the wildlife fears hostile wildlife. So the deer, the pigs, they'll run away from bears and wolves. That's how it should be in real life. That's how it is in real life. So that's how they put it in the game, which I give them kudos for that. Try to make this as realistic as possible, and I think that that's a good way to go. Now, also they react to gunshots, which has kind of like, a fear hostile wildlife. Basically, when they get scared, they're going to run. And gunshots make animals scared, so they run. They make me scared, I would run. They make pigs and deer scared, they run. So now they do that in the game. So another good change. Alright, now hostile wildlife retreats if you cannot find a path to you. Alright, so now I know you've went through this just like I have. A bear comes out at you, a wolf or whatever, and it chases you relentlessly through the whole goddamn world, it seemed like. And you would run around a building or run around a rock or something, and they would still keep coming. Or you've been inside of your house that you built, it's your damn property, but there's a damn bear or wolf out there continually barking and growling, trying to get at you, even though you can't be gotten. Okay, now that's going to change. If they can't see you and they can't find a path to you, they're no longer going to chase you. Alright, and that makes sense. And that is going to relieve a headache for a lot of people, because, some people start out naked with rock. They can't defend themselves. They'd rather run and hide. Now they can do that. Alright, now wildlife should not jump up and switch at random angles anymore. The only example of this that I seen was with a pig, which I would be chasing it bashing its head in with a rock, and all of a sudden it would kind of like hop up and then boom, be going the opposite direction. And it was kind of a pain in the ass, and they've changed that, so that shouldn't happen anymore, which I think is another good change. Just kind of smooths things out and doesn't make you have to work to kill a pig. That should be easy. Alright, now also it says they removed the white wolf. Now I question this because whenever I've played it since the update, I've seen white wolves. Alright, and I'm not colorblind. I know they weren't the red wolves, as you see here. No, they were white. Alright, so if you see that, let me know, because I seen it also. Maybe they just, you know, it's a slow change over time or whatever, but I don't see why, because they immediately removed zombies and they were gone, but the wolves were still there. Alright, now also, let's move on to the next thing here. Also, resource objects were improved. Okay, so now they added new models for wood and stone resources. So as you see here, the stone is a different look. It's a little bit sharper, a little bit more lighting effects. The wood piles have also changed. They look a little bit more realistic. I like the changes. I think, you know, with the rest of the graphics looking so good, it's only fitting that the resources that we mine look just as good, and now they do. Alright, so now also wood and stone resources change the model to indicate their quantity. So let's say that you're standing there, you're bashing a rock, you're gathering its resources. Well, now you're going to basically, after 2 or 3 hits on that rock, you're going to see it start to deplete. It's going to get like smaller. It's going to turn into more like of a rubble, and that way you know that it's almost gone. You know, and the wood piles do the same thing. Once you hit them a few times and you take some wood from it, it will decrease in size, letting you know that some of it or almost all of it is gone. Good change, realistic. You chip away at a rock, you take wood out of a pile, it's going to get smaller. Now it does in the game. Sweet. Alright, now they added another stone resource which contains mostly stone. I have noticed that, you know, before the update, mining these stones would give a lot of sulfur and metal, but not much stone. You know, but at the same time, you didn't really use stone for a whole lot. I know you used it for like stone hatchets and maybe a few other things, but for the most part, you didn't even use stone. So now that they are giving out more stone, hopefully they'll come up with a way to incorporate, you know, its uses and make it more usable. Because what's the point of giving out more stone when you hardly use it to begin with? Alright, so let's hope they come up with those changes, and I'm sure they will. Okay, so now some other changes. These are more minor things. I do like them though. They fix bugs with the levels, such as rocks intersecting buildings. You know, so I mean, you may have noticed before a rock sticking through your base. That'll no longer happen. The oil tank area has been modified with cover. I haven't actually seen this, but from what I understand, it's been covered with like a building or something. It's no longer just out in the open. Workbenches make you craft faster when standing next to them. I love this, and I think it makes a total amount of sense to do this, because if I'm crafting something out in the middle of the woods compared to doing it at a workbench, it's going to be a slower process in the woods than it's going to be at a workbench. So I really like that now when you stay next to it, no matter what you're crafting, it's going to go faster. Great job. Good change. Alright, now also they added new player animations and improved melee attack animations. I haven't noticed this, but whenever I played it with the updates, I played on a server that didn't have any people just to check these changes out. So maybe the changes in animations come from looking at other people performing those actions rather than seeing your hands and doing it yourself. Because it was the same animation from before whenever I would attack an animal or I would harvest a rock or wood. It was the same thing. So look for other players when you play. See if there's different animations that you can pick up on, and let me know about it. Alright, now they also added lock backpacks and lockpicks. Now this is a test, and it's originally off by default, and the admin on your server can turn it on. Okay, but I do like this idea because, you know, you get shot down, your backpack falls, and you can't get to it and get your stuff back because you already know whoever killed you took anything valuable that you had. Well, now the backpacks are locked, and you know, and it's only for a period of time. However, now someone else can use a lockpick to bypass it and open it up immediately, but they have to have lockpicks and they have to craft them and such, and they need a blueprint to learn how to do that. So, you know, if you die, you might be able to get back to your stuff a little bit, you know, and get a little bit of it back. However, if you died, it's probably from somebody that had a badass gun and armor, and they're probably going to kill you when you show back up anyway, since you'll just have a rock. But you know what, maybe this will improve things. I like the idea. Now you can't use lockpicks on doors, and even though I don't like locked doors, I cannot use them to break into a house. So, you know, you're wasting your time trying. Now, the amount of time that a backpack is locked is per server, and it can be set by the admin. So it could be, you know, 0 seconds, all the way up to 60 seconds, all the way up to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever they see fit, you know. So that'll be determined by them, not the game. Now, let's see. Footsteps, yes. Footsteps will never play the same sound as the previous one, but don't confuse that with footsteps not being a indication of danger. You know, you hear footsteps, you know, it means danger. Somebody's lurking, somebody's going to try to kill you, or an animal or whatever. So even though it plays a different sound, still be wary when you hear them, but just know the sound might be a little bit different now. Also, they said they've improved grass textures. I didn't notice it, but you know, I don't usually play with the grass on, but maybe it did change. If you see some changes, let me know. I'd like to be able to see what you guys see. Maybe that'll help me pick up on what some of these changes are that I haven't noticed. Now, also some known issues that they have. There are a small number of areas that with what seem like invisible walls. I haven't noticed that. Maybe you have, but I haven't. Also, there are 1 or 2 rocks without collision. Don't know exactly what that means either. I'm guessing you can't actually hit it and mine it, I guess is what they're saying. So hopefully they'll fix that. Now, there used to be up to about 200 wolves in one area of the map, and they fixed it. Thank God. And I haven't found that area, and I'm glad, because I hate wolves. But now just know you can go to that area now and you know, explore it without dying over the wolves. Alright guys, so that pretty much does it here. That's the update on February 6th, just a couple of days ago. I hope you like these updates. I hope you're looking forward to even more updates, because they're working on a lot of stuff, guys. And I think I might do a quick video over some of the things that they're working on that I know about, you know, and so you can kind of see and know what to expect with Rust as it develops from this alpha stage. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked the video. Of course, you can subscribe right up at the top, and or you can do so on screen here in just a second, but I always appreciate you guys watching, liking, and commenting, so please do so. And as always, we'll see you next time. Peace. Did you like the video? Click like. Also, you can comment below, and there's a subscribe button right in the middle for you to subscribe. Also, there's 2 extra videos on there for you to check out, so please do so, and don't forget to rate those as well. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.